Hey everyone, and welcome to the weekly roundup for EVE Echoes for the week ending the 9th of September 2023. In these videos we just quickly go through the week's news, new events, and round it off with the developer Q&A. So first and foremost we have a new type of anomaly that is spawning all across New Eden. This is the Lost Waste Seeker fleet, and it is only available until the 20th of September. So if you want to go and check out this new content, have a look at the patch notes. Moving on, we have unstable wormholes. So small unstable wormholes are now more evenly distributed in Cobalt Edge, and small unstable wormholes take only a day to collapse, and once it has collapsed for a while, another one will randomly spawn somewhere else. So what it's saying here is we've got smaller wormholes that disappear and reappear much more frequently than before. So odds are you're going to need to take in a anomaly scanner with you, so that you can find another wormhole to get out of Cobalt Edge space. Next up we have the Neon Gas series nanocores added to the storefront, including a lucky box. If you're after a capital ship nanocore, they're no longer time exclusive, you can get yourself one outside of your big nasty events. Unfortunately you still need the big nasty amount of money to be able to buy them, but I've got a whole video on that topic, so we're not going to ramble too much in that area. And of course, here we have a preview of what we have in the store. Moving on, we have the Plex report. At the moment, Plex seems to be hovering around 5.1, 5.2 million ISK. Again, it seems that seems to be our new stable ground for the Plex. Moving on to the developer Q&A, because we're a bit lightweight on the news this week. Question number 1, and once again they're all answered by the same person, this time Netease's NPixie. Hey there, could you add a feature that auto-stacks packaged items when transferred from either ship or store? It would help keeping the hangars organised without having to select all and stack and wait 10 minutes as it processes. Thank you all, and keep up the stellar work, 07. Yeah, that would be quite handy. Hi. Different players have different needs for item stacking. This feature may not be convenient for all players. However, you can try using the auto stack feature together with the list system, which may have unexpected effects. With the list system, I have no idea what's going on there with the list system. Anyway, I can see the questioner's reasoning. It would be brilliant, because I know when I stack all of my grey loot together, throw in a bit of mining ore, it can take about 2 minutes for my Pixel 2 to handle all of the stacking requests. It would be nice if we had a setting, just in the games menu, just a setting for auto stack hangars or something like that. It just streamline things a little bit. And of course it wouldn't interfere with the people who need everything split up for whatever purpose. Yeah, it'd be interesting, but they've not taken this approach. Question number 2. Could you please implement an automated loot split mechanic for fleets, similar to the equal shares bounty distribution that currently exists? Manual loot splits take a lot of time and worry, and although it is an interesting design challenge, it really would boost how my corps rat together. Yeah, the player base for probably 3 years now has had its own solution to that. If you're unaware, in some alliances, such as Care Bears with Guns, just using them as an example because that's one I'm familiar with, there is a credit system. So whenever you rat in these special anomalies, and you're going in there with multiple people, somebody is designated to take all of the loot and report back all of its value to the system. The system then gives everybody credit that they can withdraw at any time, equal to their share of that loot table. And of course you can use up your credit at any time to buy certain pieces of the loot. So players have had their own way of dealing with this for quite a while now, but let's see what the answer is. So the answer: for a game with a complex market economy system, the evaluation of item value is primarily based on players. Agreed? In such cases, it will be very difficult for the system to allocate items with different values that fluctuate. One possible solution is to conduct auctions using corporation points. However, this approach would be too difficult to understand. We need to take some time to discuss its feasibility. That's another option right there. Just instead of having an imaginary credit system like I just described, use the corp points table. Just have somebody within your corporation designate corp points values to them based on their ISK values, give everybody their corp points, and then of course buy back the modules if they so want them with those corp points. We already have systems in place that allow us to deal with this one. So let's move on to question number 3 after I zoom out so I can move across and zoom back in again. Question number 3. Hello. Are there any plans to fix the new ship's insurance problem? Since their release, ships such as the Navy issue battleships and the cruisers, like the Chameleon, have insurance point costs that are more expensive than the ships themselves, negating the purpose of having insurance. Since everyone, for better or worse, has accepted the insurance, it should work properly, yes? Insurance with these new ships has been a bit of an interesting one. The ships themselves might only be on the market for 800 million ISK and might have an insurance build value of 6 billion. They're only on the marketplace for that 800 million ISK because the developers put them in these boxes and pretty much flooded the market with these ships that not everybody wants to fly because of the insurance cost. As it stands at the moment, what's broken is the market price that the players are setting for these ships on the marketplace. If we were actually selling the ships for their total build value, there wouldn't be such a big discrepancy. So that's what's going on, and we're seeing the same thing with the Navy frigates that came out recently. Because what happened with those is you build them using components that you get out of Cobalt Edge. Now, when Cobalt Edge was released, those components that you find in Cobalt Edge were valued by the system at a ridiculously low value, which meant that the insurance cost that was calculated at that time was really, really cheap. Then, of course, the players go in, we start competing for it on the marketplace, the price keeps going up. After the next update, the price is updated, and as such is the insurance points cost for those ships. It's just part of the unique economy, let's say, that Netease have given us. There's nothing inherently to fix if we want these prices to come down. We have to go and mine these things more and loot these things more, get more supply of these materials into the economy if we want these things to be cheaper. But let's have a look at the answer. The answer. Currently, insurance prices are based on the cost of production. There are plans for optimization, but the specific details have not yet been determined. Stay tuned. Okay, so yeah, stay tuned indefinitely. Pardon me, I'm trying not to burp at the microphone. So moving on to the 4th and final question. In the case of a battleship or capital ship with lots of low, mid and high slots, the strip ship fittings option is very helpful. Pardon me. But if we can have different options like hold on a sec. If we can have different options like one with the default option strip ship fittings and another option is strip without rigs only modules, it'll be very helpful to quickly unfit and refit only modules. Somehow, if I mistakenly ignore the warning, I keep losing my rigs in the fittings change during PvP and CTA when my mind is preoccupied with other things. 07 devs and happy birthday. I've never had that problem. I don't know. Why would you be swapping rigs? I don't know. Anyway, answer. Hi there. Fitting plan management allows you to save, share and switch fittings. Let us know if this can help you. Not so much of a question there, probably more of a complaint. Anyway, I don't know what to make heads or tails with this question. I've never personally lost any rigs to the strip ship fittings feature. But anyway, that is it for the developer Q&A. Nothing too interesting this week, unfortunately. No big gossip on the horizon, big releases being teased. Not really seeing much in this one. But anyway, that is the end of this week's weekly roundup. Thanks Taylor Rick for providing the developer Q&A to me so that I could do this at a reasonable time for myself. If you guys haven't hit the subscribe button yet, feel free to hit that button down below. And I'll see you guys in the next video.